Good evening and thanks for joining us. Authorities now believe there may not have been a conductor at the helm of a runaway train that slammed into a Quebec town early this morning. Several cars filled with crude oil erupted into flames, sending huge fireballs into the sky. It happened in Lac-Mégantic, about 250 kilometers east of Montreal. Nearly 1,000 people were evacuated from nearby homes. Quebec police released an aerial image of the devastation. Dozens of homes and buildings destroyed. Global National's Mike Armstrong is at the scene tonight with much more. Mike?
Well, Jill, police are only confirming one death so far, but that's a number that will very likely rise. It's not a word we use very often, but this is a catastrophe. Lac-Mégantic has literally lost a part of its downtown, the heart of the city. Dozens of buildings, businesses, and homes destroyed. The fire is still burning in places, but not like last night. This is video taken by witnesses, flames shooting 30 to 60 meters into the air in giant balls of fire. The very first person we spoke to when arriving today put it this way.
It was just like walking in through the gates of hell, walking towards the gates of hell.
The derailment happened at about 1:15 this morning. The first explosion was immediate, and there were more overnight.
The fire just kept growing more intense, and the explosions were so powerful. I mean, I don't know, I've never seen something like that.
Police went door to door ordering people to leave. Some tried to stay, thinking the fire would only last a couple of hours. Normand Rondeau stuck it out until a massive explosion at 4 a.m. that he says felt like a bomb going off.
I felt this heat on my arms. I say, well, I think I'm gonna leave.
The Red Cross has set up a shelter at the local high school. They have about 200 to 250 people. They're offering food and shelter, but also psychological help. Now, this was the scene this morning just outside town. Investigators looking at a piece of track about 8 kilometers up the line. According to the company, an engineer parked the train last night, activated the brakes, and went to a local hotel to sleep. Another engineer was supposed to take over, but somehow the train started rolling into town. It was gravity that carried it downhill towards the lake and into downtown Lac-Mégantic. There are about 150 firefighters from all across the region helping out here, including across the border in the state of Maine. Now, what they're working on right now is 5 tanks that haven't been compromised. They're throwing water on them to try and keep them cool to prevent further explosions. Jill?
Mike, any idea how many people are missing at this point?
Well, police aren't saying, and it's hard to know, but there are certainly people trying to find loved ones at this point. That said, there are people who have been reunited with loved ones as well. I was in a hall at the high school when 2 women were grabbed, stopped, and told they found your brother. It's been quite the scene here today. Jill?
I'm sure it has. Thank you. Mike Armstrong reporting live this afternoon. Prime Minister Stephen Harper is reacting to this disaster. Speaking in Calgary, he has promised to provide any assistance requested by the province.
I offer my heartfelt condolences to all of the families and friends of the victims. I have spoken earlier today with Premier Marois, and federal officials are in communication with their provincial counterparts. They are ready and available to assist as needed. I've also spoken with Minister Paradis, who is right now on the ground in the community.